On tap, Big Muddy Monster. Hi, I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority. Let me give you some background on why we are reviewing this beer today. Last Christmas, my brother, Greg Knott, gave me a 6-pack of Saluki Dunkeldog from the Big Muddy Brewing Company. The owner-brewer at Big Muddy, Chuck Stuhrenberg, saw the review and thought we needed to have a taste of his new beer, Big Muddy Monster. Since we received this free from the brewery, we will be doing a blind taste so that the judges aren't biased by the fact that the beer was free. They know nothing about the beer, but you will. Big Muddy Monster is brewed in Southern Illinois. It is 6.5% ABV and 65 IBUs. The bottle describes it as an India Brown Ale, but it might also be described as an American Brown Ale. They use 5 different specialty malts and 3 separate hop additions during the boil. They dry hop the beer with Citra hops, and you should look for that in the aroma. Let the blind taste test begin. Ah, the blind taste test. Ryan, what kind of flavors are you getting out of this beer?
Flavor-wise, the first thing that kind of jumped out at me was there was just a touch of kind of smokiness. As far as hop characters, I didn't really get a whole lot of flavors, but it's definitely firmly bitter to me. But the just a touch of smokiness is what kind of stood out to me as far as flavors.
Do you have a guess on IBUs? Because it is, you said it's firmly bitter. Jeff, do you have a guess? Any guesses, Joby?
It's a good question.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of get
50.
I get
50.
I get a hoppy back end on this beer. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea on the guess of style this is, but I get that bitterness, hop presence on the.
Well, before the shoot, you asked whether it was a black IPA.
Yeah, I was thinking.
So is that the closest that you would?
I mean, if gun to my head, I mean, it's probably incorrect, but that's what I would throw out there. I mean, Jeff, I have no idea.
What would you guess on style, or is there several styles that you're thinking about?
It reminds me a little bit of Sierra Nevada Tumbler, if you're familiar with that brown ale. In fact, I just made one very similar to that, but I think there's a bit more bitterness in it. Maybe even the 50 was low, as I think about it. Maybe
well,
60.
Dogfish had 60-minute IPA. That's 60, so that could be a baseline.
Yeah.
Do you think this is more or less bitter than that? I was
thinking probably somewhere in the mid 40s.
Yeah.
Possibly on IBUs. And as far as style, the more I drink of it, the less, maybe it's just as I'm getting farther down in my pint, I'm noticing the smokiness less. But
no,
as far as style, I would probably say similar to Jeff that it's maybe a little bit hoppier version of an American brown of some sort.
What kind of aromas were you pulling out of this?
And James, there isn't a whole ton. You get a lot more hoppiness out of the flavor than the aroma. You get just a real subtle hint of that smokiness, which is, in my book, really nice. But there isn't an overwhelming aroma to this thing in any sense, I don't believe.
Well, I will say, let's reveal the beer.
No clues?
Thanks for the hat.
Big.
This was sent to us by Big Muddy Brewing Company, and you're pretty close. I mean, it is an American brown ale, hoppy version of an American brown ale. They call it India-style brown ale. So, but they call it a Big Muddy Monster, and I mean, my interpretation of that name is maybe that it's, kind of, they're muddying the style lines a little bit.
6.5%.
Yeah, I don't see where they report any IBUs on the
65
bottle anyway.
IBUs.
Okay.
6.5% ABV.
So I went from 50 to 60 and got closer. Yeah, nice. No, it's.
You guys told me your ratings ahead of time, so they are locked in. But what are your ratings?
7.
7. Joby.
I'm also at a 7.
Jeff.
8, and it's more because I really like the style. I like the brown ales, and of course for me the hoppier the better. So this is, yeah, And the smokiness is really nice behind it.
Joby, what is your summary on this beer?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, is the India style brown ale, does that mean like it's going to be like a hoppier brown ale? Is that what they're going to go with there?
I'm saying it's like, think of an IPA, except they're using more specialty malts to make it darker.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. I mean, back in my early days getting into craft beer, you know, the brown ales, the ambers were something I'd go after, and now I do like the hoppier beers, so this is kind of a mix of both. So, I mean, I think 7's right up the alley, and if anybody can ever get their hands on this one, to go pick it up.
Yeah. Would you recommend that your friends try this beer?
Yeah, definitely. As you can see, I enjoyed mine quite a bit.
Enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, since I've never seen it before, I'm assuming it's not something that we can
You're gonna have to
hold
go
of
track
around
it down.
here. But if I'm ever anywhere that does sell this, and I see it at a bar or see it at a bottle shop, I'll definitely be picking some up.
Yeah, well, it's brewed in Southern Illinois, and seems like the brewery is growing, so they could be here sometime soon. The brewer actually sent it to us, so
good.
Thank you, Chuck, for sending us this beer. We really appreciate it. Big Muddy Monster gets a 7.3 on the BBA scale. What do you think of this beer? Have you ever had it or seen it at the store? Let us know in the comments section. Thanks for watching. I'm James Knott, and this is your Better Beer Authority.
Better Beer Authority, Better Beer Authority, Better Beer Authority.